Alright, so we just got some new info for Lightfall and the upcoming seasons that are adding with Lightfall, of course. This was actually posted a bit by Joe Blackburn, and we're going to take a look at this week's Twab today on This Week at Bungie, and today is the 13th of February. And we got a lot of new stuff to cover. So Lightfall in the year ahead. So this is from the Destiny dev team, and it's February, which means we only have about 14 more days left, technically, until Lightfall. So, my name is Joe. You may know me as the X on your Grandmaster using whichever exotic bow matches the Nightfall Singe or the Awoken on your friends list with their fire team set to close as they put our attempts in slowing the last dungeon, blah blah blah. This is just some info about regarding Joe Blackburn. In a couple weeks we got Lightfall in our hands. Well, we get some new stuff to talk about in Lightfall. It's going to be the next expansion to the Light and Darkness saga, and it is a radical acceleration towards the final shape, which is the final expansion to the Light and Dark saga. But when we're talking about Lightfall, it's not only the thing that's coming to Destiny 2. We also have more stuff covering that is going to be covered in this video today. So this is just some info. First, we have gotten to a place where Guardians can expect consistent and quality of content coming to Destiny 2 all year long, from the Witch Queen to Season of the Seraph. We are incredibly proud of the high-quality shooter content and storytelling that has been added to the game over the last 12 months. But amid this quality and consistency, Destiny 2 can sometimes feel too predictable, while some consistency is necessary for us to be able to regularly update the game and prevent players from having to relearn Destiny every 3 months, as well as to maintain our health and sustainability. It is clear that too much predictability has created a lack of surprise and delight by the time of some of our major game updates get into your hands. Let's see here. Okay, so they fixed some issues with the game, and this is actually the goals they're doing for the final shape. They want to connect the Guardians. They want to bring challenges back to Destiny, and make things a little bit harder in the game, which that's actually a pretty good idea, because most of the content in the game is pretty easy. So I'd like to see that. Enrich our content, make more content, of course, expand players' imaginations, blah blah blah. So these are just the goals for Destiny's dev team towards the final shape. So this is just some info to look at for their goals. And then next we got to the expand players' imaginations. We went over a major update, and then yeah, there's a little bit about that. And then next we have a very exciting thing. Now, Bungie would not really do this for seasons. Like, back in Beyond Light time, they did not showcase anything about the first season coming out with the expansion. But now, since Lightfall is making its release, we actually have our first ever season coming to Destiny 2. It actually looks like it takes place either on I think that looks like the EDZ, and you can see this is Queen Mara's Sub, and you got the Cabal fleet there with the 3 Guardians, almost like they're wearing Solstice of Hero armor, which looks pretty darn cool. And then this season is actually called Season of Defiance, so this is going to be Season 20. And Season 22 has also been revealed too. We'll take a look at that in later. Lightfall will launch alongside with Season of Defiance, something that Bungie normally does not do with other expansions. They don't release a season too early until the expansion has dropped, aka let's say Beyond Light dropped November 10th. They don't release the season like way before. They don't like announce the season before Beyond Light's dropping. And while most of this content was wrapped up before this goal, it was put in place, and we got some soon. We don't know much about this season yet, of course, because it's not out yet. We're doing away with Umbrals and Umbral energies. So after you unlock seasonal focusing, you want to focus an engram into a particular season weapon or armor. All you need is Glimmer and a seasonal engram, so that's pretty cool. Seasonal engrams will be stored and tracked on seasonal vendors, so managing the engram bucket in your character's inventory will be much easier than it is today. And as you can see, it looks like he is, I can't really tell, this is giving me flashbacks of Season of the Lost when you have to dunk the bombs into one of the little, I forgot what they are, but I'm getting Season of Lost, vibes from just looking at this and Seraph combined, kind of. We also won't be asking you you to hold large stacks of seasonal currency to unlock a chest at the end of every seasonal activity. Instead, we will be dropping singular keys. That's actually pretty nice, instead of just carrying more seasonal currency. So that's pretty nice to hear. I like to do the keys thing, like what they did with Destiny 1 with the treasure keys when you complete Prison of Elders. This is just what it reminds me of. So, also you can also read that if you like to. This is just for the seasonal currency and the seasonal things that are happening in Destiny 2. You can expect fewer total vendor upgrades. It's gonna be that's very nice to hear. Which each individual upgrade being more potent, and some upgrades even offering a variance on the way you interact with the seasonal activity. In Season of Defiance, we've also taken a big step at the way we name our various progression systems and currencies. We want any player to read the name of something and immediately understand what it does, and sure to spend more time playing the game and less time trying to understand what they are supposed to do. Because the game pretty much tells you what to do if you think about it. Alright, this is one of the exciting parts. So, yes, after Season of Defiance, we have another season coming out, which is called Season of the Deep, with some time under our belt to react to recent player feedback. Season of the Deep will not feature a vendor upgrade, I can't remember, paradigm or something. And the same will be true for the following season. This doesn't mean players will never see a vendor upgrade system ever again, but instead means we want to create more varied experimental frameworks and slowly create a wide array of different systems for players to show their investment into seasonal content. And then you got, alright, here's where things get a little bit exciting. One thing we want to continue from last year is casting a wide net when it comes to the themes and fantasies our players can expect with each release. Lightfall already has a very different tone and setting from the Witch Queen, and we want to continue this tonal variety in our seasonal content, from Reavers to Pirates to Cowboys. Last year's seasons proved that Destiny 2 can encompass experiences that can contain wildly varied inspirations. We are committed to the adventures in Lightfall's collection of seasons, feeling just as thematically fresh from one another as they did last year. So far, these stories, progressions, and themes aren't the only way we think they can stretch player imagination space, so some of this is going to come from putting new systems into Destiny 2 or revisiting systems they aren't quite hitting the mark. Alright, here's where things get a bit exciting. So, in Lightfall, we will be adding Guardian ranks to the game alongside. That's going to be very nice. It's probably going to come one of these seasons. Rethinking Destiny 2, Buildcrafting with loadouts. That's also another thing that's adding too. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me know in the comments what you guys are looking forward to in Lightfall. While we aren't going to go deep into either of those systems, they both represent new lenses that we want to continue to apply to Destiny 2. For example, Guardian ranks aim to be effortlessly Guardian, so far and so forth. You got all this no longer with the number next to you, your nameplate to be representation of how much you grind the season pass. Instead, it's a representation of our experience as a guardian, the challenges you faced and overcame. That's pretty nice. Weapon crafting is changing as well. I should have mentioned this a while back with the Twabs. Let's actually go down a bit more. But to prevent independent chases for both crafted and non-crafted weapons. Starting with Lightfall, fewer of our total weapons will be craftable, and more of our weapons with long-term sources will get value from random perk rolls. That's pretty nice too to hear. Yeah, you guys can all actually read this if you want. I don't craft a lot in the game, so. In the year of Lightfall, more and more of our non-crafted weapons, starting with the new raid adepts this year, will have the ability to be enhanced. That's pretty nice. Enhancing allows your dropped weapons to start leveling up using momentum and gain access to both enhanced perks and enhanced intrinsic properties, but only in the enhanced versions of the perks and masterwork that are already on the version of the weapon you are enhancing. And then simply said, with some time and resources, enhancing allows you to take the random roll weapon. So let's say you had like, I don't know, Adrenaline Junkie and, what's another roll? Quick Draw or something. This is just an example. You obtain and enhance its existing role to match the full power of a crafted weapon, so that's pretty good. That's just an example for you guys. We are targeting to roll this out initially with Lightfall rated depths at the launch of the Season of the Deep. Long term, we want to expand this functionality to most of our new non-crafted weapon drops, but there are some technical hurdles we need to solve first. For crafted weapons, we will have some additional changes planned. You will never see deep sight on a weapon unless it is something you need to make pattern progress on. When you see a red border in game, you will know it's valuable. So if you get a red border, don't dismantle it, because it'll say a pattern needs to be extracted. If it says it's not going to say this thing needs to have deep sight progressed or some bullcrap, then you don't need to worry about that. Targeting Season of the Deep, we will also be adding a mechanism to activate deep sight on any craftable weapon. They do not have to have the pattern for. That's pretty cool. So you can get more deep sight doing this. You guys can read a bit of that. Bring challenge back to Destiny 2. They are actually making the game a little bit more harder when Lightfall comes out. Last year we spent a lot of time bringing all our subclasses up to the Stasis 3.0 standard. During that time, not only did our abilities become more powerful, but their synergy with weapons and gear raised the total power tie for all boats. Let's see. While we are still committed to offering multiple difficulties levels in content such as our campaigns, Nightfalls, secret mission, dungeons, and raids, we feel like the baseline challenge and most of our content is just too low. So yeah, they're going to make everything a bit more challenging when Lightfall releases. They're tuning abilities next for Lightfall as well. Bringing challenge back to Destiny requires a two-pronged approach. It was just two of our enemies across the game. We would start to encounter issues where combatants frequently one-shot players and would feel super spongy. Oh man, that'd be crazy. Nice picture art too. You got a little bit of the Season of the Splicer Vex network. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's see here. Overall, even more relaxing content would require players to conform to the most meta Guardian loadouts. So yeah, we're getting Guardian loadouts next. It's one of the seasons. I'm not sure which one. I'm sure it's the next one. The RPG elements would start to feel like they matter less, and Destiny might start to lose its essential fantasy of being this powerful battle wizard in empty space. So yeah, they're gonna change out the game entirely. Let's see here. We are mildly increasing ability recharge time. That's going to be very nice to hear. And what selection of our abilities? As mentioned in the ability tuning preview last week, I haven't seen that Twab, but I might see it sometime. We also noticed that the enemy combatants aren't hitting as hard as we want them to, especially against max resilience guardians. Oh, okay, yeah, they're gonna make it way tougher in the legendary campaign. So we're adjusting the amount of damage resistance granted by resilience and increasing the energy cost of resilience mods from 1 to 2 for minor mods. Oh, okay, that's gonna be expensive, and 3 for 4 for major mods. All right. Let's take a look at this. Alright, I'm really tired right now. We believe great builds. This is just for the build crafting updates. If you guys want to take a look at that, go ahead. Enemy mine. Let's see, is this any? Battle heist. Battlegrounds. Recently, we've been happy with the level of challenge present in the base heist battleground playlist. To achieve this, we use a difficulty knob that enforces just how over-leveled we will let players be compared to the enemies they are fighting. This knob has always been present across our activities. It's adjusted based on how evergreen we want the challenge to be in those missions. Adjustments, they're changing a lot of stuff for Season of the Seraph, base Battlegrounds playlist, and in the Defiance, we'll use the same settings, so that's going to be very cool to see. There's more info about that. Let's take a look at more of the content. Yeah, if you guys want to pause the video, feel free to read some of this stuff. enrich our content with all these new changes to power and pursuits. We also want to make sure there is plenty for players to sink their teeth in over the next year. For the last few years, we've been trying to attack this problem to trying to squeeze one more morsel of new content in each release, but I think we can get better results with a different strategy, making the existing depth of incredible content in Destiny 2 more valuable to new and returning Guardians. So that's pretty cool. What exactly are they changing, though? We don't know yet. We'll have to find out. For some of these game modes to get more FaceTime in the core ritual experience, but we're not done adding variety of the ways you engage PvP. In Season Defiance, we're looking at getting countdown. Oh, countdowns coming back. Oh, that's nice. I can't wait for that. Also with a respawn variant of the game we call Countdown Rush, where players must detonate defuse both bombs on and before the round ends. We also aim to run a series of. I remember this game mode. This was the good game mode back in I think it was like during Forsaken time, or between. It was like I can't remember. But yeah, there's more info about that. This is if you guys like PvP. I'm not the biggest fan of PvP, but if you guys want to take a look at that, then yes, you can. This is probably one of the exciting things about this. Okay, trials won't be the only thing getting love as far as rituals go. I don't know about trials. It's okay. So let's start talking about PvP side of the game. Over the years, we've been adding a ton of great exotic missions like Presage and Operation Seraph's Shield. Destiny 2 this year, not only will we return to create new exotic missions, but starting in Season 22, we will be adding an exotic mission rotation. Ooh, that's very nice. So like the raid rotator and the dungeon rotator. Now this actually is a possibility for the 0-hour mission to return, the Whisper mission to return, the what's another good mission that we had in another exotic mission, maybe Harbinger as well from Season of the Hunt. We could see the return of that, which I mean it was alright, but it would be good to go back and start going flawless on that again. And fun fact, it's considered a dungeon for some reason, which I don't really see why. But yeah, that's going to be very cool to look forward to. I cannot wait for that because that's going to be in Season 22 though, so that's going to be a while for it to come in. We're heading to Season 20 right now. So we got rotators from 13. Oh wow, that's awesome. 16 and 19. So you got Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation. So Presage is making a return in Season 22. That's awesome. Now they're refreshing our strikes, so you got like the saber, the fallen saber strike right here. That came out back in Season of the Chosen with Beyond Light. This is talking about Vanguard Ops and Vanguard Rituals. This effort will be refreshing the Lake of Shadow and Arms Dealer strikes. I love that because these two needed some like fixes, kinda. I don't know. They just needed to be fixed. And upgrade to match the combat engagement levels, such as the Light Blade, improving ground strike. We're also taking strikes that have not been updated recently, such as Exodus Crash, which has been out since Destiny 2 release, and the Inverted Spire. And I would like to see the return of some of the old. It'd be nice to see some of the return old strikes, such as the Pyramidian or the Festering Core, or maybe the that one. Well, Tangled Shore's not come back, so we don't know. But they did bring back. They did bring Word of Nothing into Destiny 2, even though Forsaken is gone. So it's possible to see maybe the Strange Terrain strike come back, because we do have Mars right now. And perhaps maybe the what's that one, Valis to Arc strike we got. That'd be nice to see, or the Silent Flares. That'd be awesome if we could see those again. This is just talking about the battlegrounds and whatnot. We're excited to see how players tackle Season Defiance first Nightfall rotation, where 4 of our 6 Nightfalls will be added. New or refreshed, coming to the Grandmaster rotation for the first time. I am excited to see that because I love doing the Grandmasters. The match game modifier is also being retired from Nightfalls with the launch of Lightfall, so that's pretty nice. Just got more info. They're changing. Let's see. Let's see, anything interesting? This will include changes such as moving the initial source of obtaining exotic armor away from lost sectors and back into the core rituals. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. So you don't have to keep doing those lost sectors, but they're gonna add the new ones into the lost sectors, and like the new armor that's coming out. So that's gonna be really cool to look forward to. I like that. They're rebalancing some objectives and rewards. Blah 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 blah. The final shape to crisp up our. We want to take this time right before the final shape to crisp up our core rituals and pursuit as we head into our final expansion of the Light and Darkness saga. So this is not the final expansion of Destiny 2. There is going to be more after. It's the Light and Darkness saga. So there's going to be another saga after that. You got your Guardian commendations. We've already talked about. We've already kind of seen what that was. It's the ranking the Guardians. And like it's kind of like a Sherpa It's kind of like a Sherpa thing where like you rank like how good the Guardians were or something. But you got that. That's pretty cool. And then I'll just read it for you guys. A lot of what we have planned for this year is right around the corner, including big features like commendation Guardian ranks with the launch of Lightfall. Our commendation system is the first step in creating stronger connections between Guardians this year. It can be hard to reach out to someone you don't know. Commendations are an icebreaker, simple way of saying thanks to players that you appreciate playing with. So this is just a thank you letter to the Guardians kind of thing. You can rank on how good they were in activity, like such as, let's do raids, such as like Vow of the Disciple or Deepstone Crypt, or any dungeon such as Duality or Spire of the Watcher, things like that. Let's take a look. We also have Team Fire. This is going to be the new LFG system coming in Season 22, which is very nice to see. And this is going to be like just if you want to like do a raid or just any activity like PvP or raid or dungeon, anything. This is going to be everything. This is probably going to be the last Twab for Destiny 2 because it says thanks for reading and see you on Neomuna, Joe Blackburn. And yeah, that's pretty cool. We got a lot of info to talk about. One of the exciting things being the new season coming out, which is Season of the Defiance. And the exotic, one of my favorites being the exotic mission rotator, which is pretty cool. Really hope 0 Hour and the other one in the 0 Hour and maybe Harbinger come back. That'd be awesome. But that's going to wrap it up for the end of the video. I do hope you guys find this video interesting. If you guys did, feel free to comment down below on what your guys' favorite thing about this Twab was, and feel free to comment down on what you guys think of the new season for Season of the Defiance is going to be, because that looks pretty darn cool. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Social media is in the description down below. Also, feel free to join our community Discord. And as always, my name is JBet, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone. Bye.